Hey guys, I really should not be sharing this recipe with you today. This is a secret family recipe for Southern cornbread dressing. My mom makes this every year at Thanksgiving, and it is the dish that everyone raves about. It started out as a Southern living recipe, but over the last 30 years, we've made our own changes to it, and it is absolutely delicious. You need this on your Thanksgiving table. So let's get started. So the first thing we need is cornbread. I made a batch of 12 cornbread muffins. You can do this from scratch. There's a recipe on my site for it, or you can buy the packaged mix. I don't care. One package equals 8 to 12 muffins, and that's exactly what you need for this recipe. As the muffins cool, you can start to pull them out of the pan and crumble them up. Just use your fingers. Big pieces are totally okay. This is a really fun thing to have your kids help you with, because the messier the better. I'm just gonna give it one big smash. Okay, we're ready for the rest. Now we need 4 slices of white bread. I'm just gonna cut these into cubes. I like big chunks of white bread in my dressing, but then crumbled cornbread. It's okay if your bread is stale. It's even better if it's stale, actually, because sometimes this is the part that we do the night before on Thanksgiving. We add in the bread and all the spices, and then we let it sit on the counter overnight to go stale. And if you want to make this the day of and you don't have time to let it go stale overnight, just throw it in the oven while it's preheating. You just want to dry it out a little bit. Okay, now we need our salt. This is dried poultry seasoning. And this is rubbed sage. So toss this together. Okay, so we're gonna set that aside while we make the rest. Okay, now we're going to saute some onions and celery. So I'm gonna start with 6 tablespoons of butter. And we're gonna add in 2/3 a cup of chopped white onion, 2/3 a cup of chopped celery, and then a little splash of water, just 2/3 of a cup. This helps it all come together. Turn your heat to medium, and you want to cook this till everything softens, about 10 minutes or so. Just stir it every now and then. The butter is going to melt. There's going to be a lot of liquid in the pan, even when you're done cooking, and that's totally fine. That's what we want. So our onions and celery have been cooking for about 10 minutes. I'm going to turn the heat off, and then let's stir everything into our cornbread and bread spice mixture. We need the liquid. It's gonna help moisten the dressing. Then just a few more ingredients. This is 1.5 cups of chicken broth, 1/2 cup of whole milk, and then 2 beaten eggs. And this is everything. Just stir everything together very, very well. You want to make sure all the spices, all the chicken broth is evenly incorporated. It smells like my mom's kitchen. Thank you, Mom, for letting me share this recipe. Not that I asked first. I have an 8x8 dish. So really pile it in there. It's gonna come all the way up to the top. And then here's one of my mom's secrets. We don't want to pack the dressing down. We want it to just fall into the pan, and we want to rough up the surface a little bit, because these edges that stick up get nice and crispy. That looks perfect. My oven is at 400 degrees. We're gonna bake this for 20 minutes. Our dressing is done. It smells amazing. It smells like Thanksgiving in here. I can smell the sage and all of the herbs in here. It's best to let it cool for a few minutes if you can, because it slices a little easier, but I can't wait. So I'm gonna cut myself a little piece. I can't wait to taste this. There's just something about sweet cornbread, salty bread. This is going to be your family's new favorite dressing recipe for the holidays. You've got to try this one for Thanksgiving. For the full recipe, visit dessertfor2.com.